hard is it for you to do the crying, those scenes? Because one of the things that I think is, sets apart actors working in Hindi cinema to actors working in the West, in the main, is that they have to cover such a gamut of styles. In one film, you have to go from comedy to dancing, to lip syncing, to melodrama, sometimes to just pure drama, to tears, all the emotions, in one movie, and that's quite a skill.
Well, yeah, it's like, when I was to be part of theatre, the one thing we were taught was you never isolate emotions. So if you're only happy, you don't just be happy. There are other emotions running parallel to that happiness, and somehow as an actor you should capture that. I would say Indian films are like that, but a little more in your face, where you're like a cabaret artist or a variety show presenter, where you're supposed to sing and dance and make everyone have an entertaining time. And when I was younger and stupider, I used to look down upon Indian films. There's no character, and but it is awfully difficult to really convince yourself to dance around trees and look sort of, still
You do it awfully well, Shahrukh. Doesn't he?
I mean, if you... I genuinely believe, that really is somewhere, and I'm not giving undue importance to the acting in India. I think there's some wonderful, wonderful actors all around the world. But it is like a workshop for an actor to be able to do this, and you suddenly cry, and then dance on top of a train, and then hit a few bad guys, and jump from a building, and quickly go to your mom, whatever.
Well, interestingly, the first time I ever came across you was, I think, must have been very late 80s or early 90s. And a lot of people might not know this, but Shahrukh was acting in a Dostoevsky adaptation in India, directed by Mani Kaul. And a friend of mine, Anup Singh, had adapted the screenplay. And our own Ayub Khan Din, the writer of East is East, he was in the film too. And when I was talking to Anup, I was saying, how's the film? What do you think? And he said the film's okay. And he said, but there's one person in it who I really believe is going to be a big star. And I said, really? You mean Ayub? And he said, no, this fellow Shahrukh, And I remember I saw it at the New York Film Festival, because it played actually with a short film that I had done at that time, and my film preceded it. And it was, and Shahrukh I remember had this scarf. He had this sort of scarf that you had for around your neck like this, and it was a very art house movie, and you were kind of doing your own thing.
You can be honest about it, yeah.
No. No, but
too long back.
But it was very distinctive, and it was interesting that I've seen that character then come in so many of your films, Bazigar, Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani, that kind of persona, which is a very honest, lively, in-your-face character, but also quite vulnerable, I would say.
She's wanting to say I'm a ham.
No, not at all, not at all. But
it was. The film was called aptly Idiot, Ahmak in Urdu, and it was an experience. And I remember, I was just fresh out of theatre, and I thought I knew everything there is to know about acting, and I'd read all the books. And I remember there was a line in the novel, in Dostoevsky's novel, which said, he walked like a crab. He walked into the room like a crab. And as strange as it may sound, and if you ever get to see this movie, throughout the film, I have walked like this. And I truly believed that is the greatest breakthrough in acting that I have. Yeah, I sincerely believe that, because it was, like she said, an art house film, which I didn't understand. Nobody understood that film, so it got passed off. But I really do believe that was my greatest contribution to world cinema. And see, I've never laid claims to being able to understand characterization after that. And now that I've told you this story, you won't also believe if somebody tells you I understand characterization. But the whole idea always has been, with my experience of now 16 years I've been working in cinema. And it seems it's just passed off so fast, but it's been a long time, about 50 films. And our films are long, so that makes it about 75 international length films. And my experience has always been that I read somewhere, there is a great actor, Mr. Michael Caine, and he always said that when I'm acting a scene, I'm not showing the audience what I can do and what I can achieve and what characterization I've done. What I try and do is show them a mirror and let them see themselves in what I'm doing. And I think that somehow rang very honest to me. And that is my excuse for playing the same character over and over again for the last 16 years. But I'm playing you guys, so please forgive me. I think that's how it was. I mean, I just try and do what, I don't know, I just try and keep it pleasant and simple, even when I'm throwing women off the buildings.
In Buzziger, yeah. I think that, you know, obviously everyone knows how important an actor you are in India, and how you grace so many billboards and you know, undisputed king of the box office, I would say. From your sideways crab walk to today, what do you think? What are the qualities you think that have led you to where you are today?
You know, I think again, not being modest about the work, I think a lot of people have contributed to what I've done in the last 15 years, and most of it has to do with the directors and the producers and the writers, lots of them, and the songs that have been given to me. I think I'm one lucky actor. I work hard, and I think I have some amount of talent in the job that I do, but I think I've had a lot of exterior help in terms of you know, where I have reached as an actor in context of Indian films. And I've tried to keep it very simple. And I've tried to keep it very honest and very hard worked at. I mean, I really don't have any, you know, if it was BAFTA, I would have sat down and given you some intellectual spiel about how I've done this, but because it is BAFTA, I'd be honest and tell you, I mean, I really don't know. I'm just Lucky Ali, and I've just sort of, I'm okay. I mean, I've just kept it very honest and hard worked at, that's all.
I think, you know, I read that you said something, and in fact it was in Muni Kabir's wonderful, wonderful documentary, and Muni's here today too. She directed this wonderful documentary on the inner and outer world of Shahrukh Khan, which I really encourage everybody to watch, because it's not only is it a wonderful it's a wonderful exploration of who Shahrukh is, but it's also a wonderful exploration on stardom and what being a star means, and what being a star costs you in your daily life. And one of the things that comes out in Muni's film is how precious the moments are for Shahrukh with his family, and with people who knew him before he was so big. And in the documentary, there's one thing that you say, which I found really interesting, which is that for you, acting is very spiritual. It's a spiritual exercise. So when you go off to work, you know, you see, you know, whether it's action scenes, drama, singing, dancing, whatever, it's a spiritual exercise. What do you mean by that?
See, you know, in terms of the technicalities of acting, I think no actor would be able to explain how it happens. I do go quite blank at the time. I've learned the lines. The directors have come and told me how to do it. And the cameraman's explained to me, you have to stand here, then walk across there. And but there is a moment in time which I've been feeling lately. You know, I was a hyper actor. I do a lot, and I have no shame of saying that in acting, I have always believed there is no right or wrong way to do a shot. I mean, there is no right or wrong way, and if you like it, it's right. If you don't like it, it's still right. I mean, it just works.